Welcome to the December 18th, 2025 school board meeting. Would you please join me for a moment of silence? Thank you. Would you join us with the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, justice for all. Representative Quick. Let's give him a
Next item is approval of the agenda.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. Any discussion? Vote, please. All ayes. Next, we have approval of the minutes from previous meetings. I'll move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve in a second. Any discussion? Vote, please. All ayes. Motion carries. Next, we have public comment, and no one has signed up. Thank you, Mr. Norman. Next, we have recognitions.
Yes. Madam Chair, members of the board, I would like to recognize two of our schools that are reward schools. So I would like to ask Erica Logan, principal of Centennial Elementary, and Jessica Smith, Stuart Burns Elementary, to come forward, along with Miss Melinda Fortner, Director of Elementary Education, and Dr. Cheryl Thiel, who is Director over Data and Strategic Planning. First of all, thank you for your leadership and congratulations on your designation. Here's my Stuart Burns. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Ask Melissa Garton to come forward, please. I don't know if you know, but we have some heroes amongst us tonight. I want to ask Mr. Jeff Hall to come forward and Miss Tammy Lindsay to come forward, please. And Mr. Troy, would you come forward? Mr. I cannot express enough gratitude for your quick thinking to save those kids on that bus.
Great
So,
job.
thank you. Mr. Jeff, Miss Melissa Garton would like to present you a plaque.
So nice. Thank you so much.
Miss Tammy Lindsay, I can't express enough gratitude for you because you just jumped right in and you began to help Mr. Jeff with all of those children, 38 to be exact, on the bus. So thank you so much for your dedication. Mr. Travis Plotzer, could you come forward too? Mr. Travis, we'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Director. You know, it's not often you get to come back to a place where you went to kindergarten at. Director here about it. Hey, is this the old Warp School? This is actually where I went to kindergarten at. I want to tell you thank you for what you did. Oftentimes when I get involved with stuff at my level, it's usually a tragedy. But to hear how well you handled yourself, conducted yourself, driver named Steve Manley. And, you know, he has years of emergency management experience and being involved as he really was praising the work you did. But I'm proud of this school district because y'all trained to a gold level. We use your training to take statewide to about 13,000 drivers. And it's very apparent that the training paid off and you relied on your instincts because when things like this happen, you know, you just get into what you've been trained. You're training, you know, your fine motor skills go, but you know what to do. And you did exactly that. And on behalf of the Coloneltons, I want to present you with a certificate of appreciation.
Wow.
And also, I want to give you a challenge coin, the Colonel's coin. I work there and I don't even have one of them.
Let's take a picture. Let's get a great picture. Tammy, you get in there. Thank you. Tonight, I would also like to ask Miss Mary Morrow, Director of our nursing program, to come forward. So all of our nurses in schools have been awarded a certificate of achievement for the Project Adam for Middle Tennessee. Mary, talk to us about what that is.
So Project Adam is about putting AEDs in schools and doing drills to practice that AED response, which is like we talked about, you know, on buses, how we drill down to practice that to respond to emergency. So this is that Project Adam process.
Thank you. I would like to call Dickson County High School forward, White Bluff Elementary, Elementary, and Centennial Elementary. Ladies, thank you for your work. Thank you. ESS always recognizes a sub of the month. And Miss Kimberly Ladd, if you're with us, if you would come forward, please. We would like to recognize Miss Cecilia McNeil from Charlotte Middle School. Elementary, okay, excuse me. Miss McNeil, did I have your son in the 8th grade? I did.
I just did. Yeah.
Thank you so much for what you did. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Miss McNeil. Is Miss Hannah Brewer here tonight? Miss Hannah, come forward. I would like Mr. Joey Holly to come forward. Congratulations to you, Hannah, on the East-West All-Star High School Soccer Classic. You were recognized by your hard work and your talent. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's get her family in the picture.
Yes.
The granddad's been waiting all night.
All members of the Dickson County Lady Cougars bowling team, please come forward. Mr. Holly. We want to recognize you for your accomplishments. I love what it says. The Lady Cougars defeated all challengers by almost 600 pins. That's an accomplishment. Members of the Dickson County High School Marching Band, please come forward under the direction of Michael Nelson. Congratulations on your success of the 2025 Choctaw Classic. Thank you. Take some pictures. Mr. Curtis, can I get you in the picture, please? Thank you. Would members of the Creekwood bowling team come forward, please? 7 of our Red Hawk bowlers competed in the Region 6 individual state qualifiers and had a good day on the lanes. All 7 finished in the top half of the field of 110 bowlers. So congratulations to you. And I appreciate you participating in extracurricular activities. Thank you. Mr. Joey?
I would love to.
Thank you. I think we're finished with our recognitions.
Next, we have student board representatives. Ms. Potter, you want to go first?
Good evening, everyone. I'm pleased to share with you all tonight what we've been up to in between holiday breaks. Starting strong with some outstanding performances and achievements, the Dickson County Lady Cougars bowling team are the District 11 champions. They will continue on to the regional tournament on January 5th. We are proud of our ladies and wish them the best of luck with the rest of their season. Special shout outs for outstanding scores go to Ella Deems, Kelsey Ellison, and Sammy Malone. The DCHS speech team competed at the Dragon Invitational at Collierville High School. Jacob Butler took second in POI, Sophia Owen placed fourth in TV broadcasting, and Kaya Essel received third in informative. Congrats. Another congratulations is in order to our health science students who competed and qualified for the HOSA State Leadership Conference in March. Some of these categories include behavioral health, biotechnology, clinical nursing, home health aide, and more. We are so proud of our 30 students who placed. We are very proud of our fall sports and how they completed their seasons, as well as eager to see winter sports beginning to ramp up. Let's go Cougars. In other news, the past few days, our Cougars have been hard at work completing midterms and finals, preparing to end the semester. But the end of the semester hasn't just been all work. Our Cougars have also been in the holiday spirit, having dress-up days the whole month of December. Late night studying are remedied by festive sweaters filling the halls. We have also had a holiday pep rally with themes including The Grinch, Christmas Vacation, Die Hard, and Elf. During this pep rally, fall sports were honored, and staff and students competed in games such as Hungry Hippo and Gotcha Basketball. To make matters even better, Dunkin' gift cards were awarded to our winners. The holiday festivities are in full swing on the Hill. Thank you for your time and happy holidays, everyone.
Thank you, Sarah.
I would also like to start out by saying good evening, everyone. Creekwood High School continues to see success across academics, athletics, fine arts, and extracurricular programs. The following highlights reflect the dedication, talent, and hard work of our students, staff, and community as we close on our first semester. On December 5th, regional host results were released for 11 of our 30 competitors. Our students demonstrated outstanding performance across multiple events. Kinley Dew and Elizabeth Nesbitt earned first place in EMT skills. Anna Grace Stewart placed fourth in sports medicine. Thunya Thorn Chawang earned fifth place in medical spelling. Brody Osborne placed second in world health and disparities. Gabby Ulysses earned fourth place in phlebotomy, while Corbin Morris and Madison Whitehead placed second in search skills. Suri Street earned third in medical law and ethics. And Nico Napoltonia earned first place in health informatics. These results reflect the dedication of both our students and our advisors. On December 4th, 7 JTG students traveled to Washington, D.C. to compete in a national competition. Ella Cook earned first place in employability skills, and Mallory Golding won the national essay contest, earning the honor of laying a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. Students described this experience as both meaningful and very educational. The girls' basketball team is off to an impressive 9-2 start, but it is actually now 10-2. Our Lady Redhawks did win, highlighted by a recent overtime victory against Clarksville and now a victory against Dickson. The Lady Redhawks will continue competition tonight in a matchup against Dickson County. The bowling program recently concluded district tournament play. Although the Lady Redhawks team season has ended, the group showed significant growth through the year as a young team. Program captain Riley Aikens is prepared for the TWSAA individual semifinals in January, after qualifying as the top competitor in the region. The boys bowling team earned a district runner-up honors and will compete in the Region 6 tournament at Columbia Lanes on January 5th, with the opportunity to advance to the state tournament. Additionally, Abe Monosmith and Landon Corbin are preparing for the TWSAA individual semifinals in January. Through our Student Government Association's annual Angel Tree Initiative, over 50 angels were placed on our tree this year. Thanks to overwhelming community support, all angels were adopted in less than 1 week. This annual tradition continues to demonstrate the generosity and compassion of the Creekwood community and helps ensure a joyful holiday season for our students and families. Our esports team achieved a remarkable accomplishment by winning the national championship for the 3rd consecutive year. This achievement also qualifies the team for participation in the 2027 Special Olympics, highlighting the continued excellence of our program. Earlier this month, our cheer and dance teams competed the Smoky Mountain Championship in Gatlinburg. Both teams earned first place in their respective competitions and also captured first place in the Game Day Spirit category, a combined event showcasing school pride, teamwork, and performance. We would also like to give a huge shout out to Reese Kelso for being elected the Tennessee Senior Beta Vice President. He will have the opportunity to run for national office in June. Reese is represented and will continue to represent not only Creekwood, but the state of Tennessee to the best of his abilities. Our Creekwood Theater Department has begun rehearsals for its spring musical, and students are actively preparing for this upcoming production. Additionally, our senior class participated in an ACT reward field trip to City Forum, recognizing their effort and achievement. Would like to say, unfortunately, I will be unable to stay for the entire meeting tonight as our Redhawks are playing in one of the most important games of the year, as we all know. But we do hope to see you guys when we play Dickson County again at Creekwood. Finally, Creekwood High School would like to extend warm wishes to the school board, faculty, students, families, and community for a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. I know you two ladies have a game to go to, so be careful traveling up to the high school. Thank you.
Next, we have curriculum and instruction.
Yes, ma'am. Our CTE director, Mr. Derek Norman, if you'll come forward. We are seeking approval on the CTE vehicle purchases. Are there any questions from Mr. Norman? And if you have anything to share, Mr.
All three of these vehicles will be purchased with our innovative school model grant funding. This was submitted to the state back earlier in September and was approved for behalf of Matthew Spinella, the innovative school coordinator. As you can see, we have three different vehicles before you. We have the F-250, a Ford Explorer, and a Ford Expedition. There'll be CTSO travel and competitions.
Yes,
Ms.
ma'am.
Thiel.
My question only relates to how much money we might have remaining in that grant currently.
Okay. We began the year with, I would have to go pull that up, the total grant at the beginning of the year, I believe. We were right at 1.1 million. Now there is salaries that were funded with this grant as well. So we have several positions that we were funding out for that as well. So there will be some payroll. A big chunk of this money that is remaining is varies between each school. So this is going to be pulling different line items from different accounts. So every school, when this started out, had a initial balance, and then we're pulling some of the remaining balances from the 4 middle schools and the 2 high schools.
Motion to approve all three.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve for the purchase of all three vehicles. Do we have any other discussion? Vote, please. All ayes. Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Norman.
Thank you.
Next, we have finance.
Good evening. You'll see the typical monthly report. Through November 30th, 2025, revenues are up, expenditures are up. Property tax is just slightly down at this time. Sales tax is up. Utilities are up. Diesel fuel and gasoline are both down. The following reports will be the Fund 151, 142, 143, and 177. Summary financial statements, and then you'll see the summarized balance sheets.
Any questions?
Just
Ms.
one
Thiel?
simple question. The 12,500 difference under the budget estimate between October and November. Can you tell me what that's for?
So the budget estimates, are you talking about the first column?
Yes, we're like in October it was 77,085, and in November it's 89,585.
Is it for a certain account?
Well, you know what we get, I only have 142,713,00 because we only have that one line item, so I could not look in the individual the individual line items. And it's fine for you to give it to me later. I just,
It's not seeing.
okay, I'll show you where I saw that. Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you.
Have any other questions?
I have a question following the vote, after the vote. Not in regards to this month.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the monthly financial reports. Discussion. Vote, please. All ayes.
Senator Hill, when do you expect the public release of the audit from the previous fiscal year?
January or February, hopefully January, but
Okay. And what about the school activity fund audits? Have they been released
they
yet? Or-
should be completed here soon, but they have not been fully submitted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have maintenance. Mr. Chair.
Well, I think the thing to bring this month, but Dr. Sutherland did ask me to give you an update on Burton. Tuesday was the meeting. Expecting meeting. You're expected to be here late January, so February we'll start installing some of that. With our future. Out of schedule with her. We're going to take too many rooms at one time and overwhelm the
Do you have any questions? Thank you, Mr. Clifton. Next, we have on the agenda under technology, the server protection and endpoint security.
Madam Chair, we would like to table this conversation until January. We have not received the quote in order to have a conversation tonight.
We need to vote that.
Is table the right action? Is table the right action or postpone?
I think postponement would be the
Postpone.
right action.
Okay.
Motion to postpone.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to postpone server protection and endpoint security until January. Any discussion? Vote, please. Ayes. Motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have human resources.
Madam Chair, members of the board, if you will notice the Human Resource Report for November of 2025, we have one retirement, which is Miss Ann Cothran, teacher at White Bluff Elementary School. Years in Dickson County, 32 years. So we want to congratulate her and thank Miss Cochran for her service. We have had four folks to resign, no non-renewals. You see leaves of absences. And I have to say our very own Allison had her baby. His name is Dax. And so we are tickled for her and her sweet family. And you see hires, transfers, assignments, and reassignments for November. The next document for October, you see Resignations, 5, and you see which of the schools that teachers or staff members resign from listed. Are there questions about these documents?
Thank you. Next, we will move to student services field trips.
Yes, ma'am. We have the Creekwood High School National Dance Competition in Orlando, Florida, January the 28th through February the 2nd. We have Creekwood Agriculture CTE, 2 high schools and 2 middle schools going January 15th through the 19th. William James Middle School cheer will be attending the UCA Nationals in Orlando, January 29th through February the 2nd. Dickson County High School band, under the direction of Michael Nelson, will be going to Stewart's Creek High School, January the 8th through the 10th. And then I noticed that we do not have an itinerary for our last field trip. And if you would approve that after I get that itinerary, that is the Mid-State Regional Honor Band. 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12 will be going to the Northside Church at Siegel High School in Rutherford County, January the 15th through the 17th.
Motion to approve all contingent upon you receiving the itinerary and approval of that document.
We have a motion and a second to approve all field trips with the honor band being contingent on the receipt of an itinerary. We have any other discussion? Vote, please. All ayes. Motion carries. Next, we have under administration systems facility plan.
Madam Chair, I have the document that we discussed at the planning. Do we need to make any addendums to this?
Mr. Haley.
Just a general comment. These documents are always hard to create. It's almost like when you put anything on the piece of paper and hand it over, it becomes a complete document. I just, when it's presented, make sure that we're clear that these are the items that we are working on as our focal points. Looking at these items, we're not going to have the money to address all of these, and the means of which a receiver, whether it be the public or the county commission, will anticipate that. An example would be William James. We've discussed the fact that, we need to get some pricing before we decide to what degree we can do or what we should do. I just don't want it to be a document that is presented that for the money we get approved, all of these will be done to a degree unspecified at this point. If that makes any sense. How we word that, I don't know.
Still.
I just want to, caution us and rethink having general maintenance beyond the scope of the annual budget. My reasoning behind that is I think we're always going to have to be going for maintenance, larger maintenance pieces that are beyond our budget. And I don't want anyone to get sidetracked, if that's the right word, by seeing that listed at the bottom, thinking we're going to try to manage general maintenance, because we've really said we want to focus on these middle schools and these roofing projects. And I think it's important that that be understood. And I just would not want to confuse the conversations at the county commission meeting by having that listed there.
Mr. Haley?
I did ask that wording in the original document to be changed, and it was basically in light of what you just said. I think it can easily be misconstrued, and I think the key point is that until we get our audit in, we won't know what money we'll have to put in towards this, and something we may be able to add things or have to take some away. I think the intent of that was to say it wasn't specific to 2 schools, but our focus is going to be on 2, hopefully a 3 and a 4. At some point, the money will run out. So I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think it may push that image. So I think it all kind of goes hand in hand. I think how it's presented is going to be a whole lot of it.
So are we saying leave it or strike that last item? Or rephrase it?
My personal preference is that we strike it. I'd like to hear comments as to why it should stay, I guess.
I can agree with that.
Second.
Not actually a motion to second this point, would there be? And I'm not trying to be wise on that, so make sure we keep that straight.
Right.
It's
Do I need to make it in a form of a motion? Okay.
it'll have to be at some point.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to strike general maintenance beyond the scope of an annual budget from the facilities plan that has been presented to us tonight.
Have any discussion? Vote, please. All ayes. Motion carries.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve this document as a scope of our work to be presented to the commission. Obviously be followed up on later on with some exact plans to go with that.
Second.
As revised.
As revised, yes.
We have a motion and a second to accept this document as the scope. Repeat what you said, Steve. Did you get it? Yes. Okay, she has it there. Any other discussion?
One question, and I thought it sooner before we spoke about the other. Would we want to alter the heading to put in there something like focus or scope, or just to kind of back what you're saying, that we want to make sure this doesn't look
Absolutely, and a great catch on that, because it is not a facilities plan. It is the focus of our work.
I made that addendum. Focus plan.
So this is really giving marching orders to Mr. Corlew and our architect firm to start getting some stuff together for us to zero in on, more than it is an approval for the county commission, for them to see that this is more direction for our planners. That's why I'm seeing this document. Is that correct? They will see it. The county commission will see it as our focus.
So, Ms. Lampley, are you recommending that we strike plan and make that scope?
I do think focus, I'm trying to think where it fits. It's not really a facilities focus. It's a facilities
I thought you
upgrade
said
focus.
scope.
I kind of
Somebody
like,
said scope. I
you
don't
said
know.
focus in first pass, and I liked that. So is it a facilities plan focus? Is it a facilities upgrade focus?
I think it's marching orders for our designers. So to me, it's a focus. We're focusing on these items. That's why I chose that word, but there are several that would fit.
So how would you phrase the heading? School systems, facilities focus? Drop plan or?
I don't think you have to have a word, Dickson County Schools, facilities. It's an ongoing, it was a presentation last month. It's going to be a resolution the following month. Is to give our designers marching orders and to let the commission know where we're standing, what we're working towards. It's not requesting anything. It's just sharing with them.
I'm going to make a suggestion then that I make a motion, I guess, or if I need to do that before we discuss it, but that we make it Dickson County School System Facilities. I had a word, and it wasn't focused. Sorry, I got lost on that. I
Forgot the most important word.
I forgot the word because I had to go through.
Let me make
thinking
this
about
easy.
my
Let me make this easy. Let me withdraw all my motions on the floor. And then we open it back up.
Priorities, maybe. Dickson County School System Facilities Priorities. It's the things that we really want to focus on. It's our, as you're saying, it's marching orders, but we can't call it marching orders.
So it's following up on a presentation they've already heard. There's nothing new being presented. It's just clarification and making it. We're voting tonight because we presented before without having an official vote. So we're approving our designers to work on these items. From the commission standpoint, it's been a presentation, and then it was coming in the coming months, whether it's the next work session or in February. We're just letting them know what we're doing, what we're working on. It's not really an approval or denial at that point. That's the way I see it. We haven't asked for anything to be approved or denied. We're showing them where we're at. We're voting as a board to get behind these items as they've been talked about in work sessions. So our consulting and designing and architect firm can officially get to work with some money we have set aside for that already. They can't really move forward until we vote on that. The work sessions don't make that action happen.
So let's change that word from plan to focus.
Okay.
You want
Focus. Got a plan behind it.
Dickson County Schools facilities considerations. I mean, we just leave it off as far as that goes.
I mean, can we just take that whole line off and we don't have to worry about being so wordy with the whole thing and just take the whole line off and we said this is it's our focus. A plan is a plan. We can plan to do something. Plans change. Changing our focus some which way or another.
So we vote on to give to our architect firm to give us some cost estimates.
So what if it was a Dickson County School System designer focus plan or designer focus or?
I think absolutely any sentence that anyone said, I will second the motion. They're all fine. Nobody, I don't think it really matters. There's not, the only thing we're trying to get them to start giving us numbers so that then we can make a real plan that we can stick to.
If I could only have remembered my word, you would have.
It has done been done. It done still have got it. It's done been done.
This is more for them, not them. I'd like to renew my motion to approve the items that have been presented with the removal of the general maintenance and removal of the heading.
Second.
So we have a motion to remove the general maintenance and the heading of this list. Any other discussion? Vote, please. All right. Motion carries. Next, we have Policies.
Good evening. You can see the second read policies. Are there any of those that you all would like to discuss? There have been no changes since the planning session.
Madam Chair, with no changes, no discussion, would you like to do them all at one time? I'll make a motion to approve 6.304, 6.304 with edits. Wait a minute.
They're all
Okay, they're all edits. 6.304, 5.119, 4.406, 4.403 on second read.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve 6.304, 5.119, 4.406, and 4.403. Any other discussion? Vote, please. All ayes. Motion carries. Next, we have first read.
4.606 graduation requirements. At the planning session, you all discussed adding some verbiage. So if you see at the beginning, we added academic and behavior expectations. And then under the list of recognitions, we added military appointments. We recognized at graduations.
Motion to approve on first read.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve 4.606 on first read. Any other discussion? Vote, please. All ayes. Motion carries. Next, we have 4.213.
213 family and life education. There were no changes made to it since the planning session. As a reminder, it's just being updated to be compliant with current state law.
Move to approve 4.213.
Second.
First read.
We have a motion and a second to approve 4.213 on first read. Any other discussion? Vote, please. All ayes. Motion
Thank you.
carries. Thank you. Next, we have director's report.
Madam Chair, members of the board, it's been a busy week, actually a busy 2 weeks. We've had a directors and coordinators meeting, principals meetings. Yesterday, the Hovey Corporation came and spoke with some of the instructional directors and principals around the Leader in Me and 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. We have these 2 books if you ever want to look at them. But we're just kind of having a conversation on character traits in our children and how we can take that theme and move it from elementary, middle, and high school and have a spread across the district to think about how students can set goals, think about taking care of themselves mentally and physically by setting boundaries for themselves, responsibilities. And so we're just in the nuances of looking at the Hovey work. We will be going to Kentucky, Bowling Green, Kentucky, to look at a school district that implements this elementary and middle and at the high school level. So it's really good work. I know most of you are familiar with Stephen Covey's work, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This is Sean, his son, with these 2 books. And so anyway, we're just going to look at this over the next semester and take a field trip and think about how we continuously get better at getting better and supporting our students. I started thinking, and I've made this comment, if we have students that set goals, think about taking care of themselves, setting boundaries for themselves, think about the impact it would have on our community. So anyway, stay tuned, as I always say. So Dr. Winstead and I, along with Andrea Bobian, got the opportunity to go out to Charlotte Elementary School and Oakmont to read to kindergartners. And it was sweet. And it was nice to be with them and see their eagerness in just reading a book to them. And so we had a good time. And we were so impressed by what we saw happening in the classroom. So it's good to be with those teachers and those students. This past Tuesday night, we had the first semester directors conversations. It was powerful because it's okay to receive feedback because that's how you get better. So we had 6 families come out and we had a good conversation about supporting their students. And so I appreciate my team because that's just another opportunity we give. And I ask a lot of my team. They spend a lot of hours outside of work. But I think no matter if we just had one family, if we can answer questions or receive feedback, it matters. All matter. And so it was interesting. We will do another director's conversation spring semester. And so I'm always looking at ways to get that out into the public. Kenneth Forte is always gracious enough to send the invite out by the radio. We sent it out by Thrill Share to all of the families in Dickson. We blasted it on our webpage. So we're just thinking of ways, how do we get that communication out to parents? Because we really are interested in what our parents say. And we want them to know the work we're doing. And we want them engaged with their children and know what educating children today looks like. I had a good conversation with Ben Rosa this afternoon, DCEA. I always meet with them on a regular session between 30 minutes and an hour. Great conversations about the work and having Dr. McCord and Miss Sue Stringfield going out to help with state evaluations. Very interesting, but very positive for the most part in helping our principals get to that work. We have one school that has over 100 evaluations. And so we want to make sure that we are getting the time in to help people get better. And so those were 2 additions on contracts that we have written. And so they work 2 to 3 days to help principals with evaluations. So really good. As you know, I have named Miss Allison Cruz the interim principal to Burns Middle School. Allison has been instrumental in helping with Burns Middle School as the assistant principal there. We will open up in May applicants for the principal's job. And so we'll be gearing into that process with Dr. Marvin and our team choosing a new principal for Burns. So we said our final wishes to Miss Pryor tonight. She will be missed, but she's going to be a grandmother. I forgot to ask her what her name's going to be because it will change. But we are so tickled for her and her retirement. She spent 30 years with us, and that's to be commended. And I'm so proud of Michelle and the work that she has done. You know, it's like I've said, I took a good school district, and I constantly have to think about moving it to the next level. I came in at a good seat, but it's always challenging to think about how you even get better. And so that's what's going to happen with Burns. It's a great school. So we'll put a leader there to think about how you even move the needle to better. So excited about that opportunity. We met with the core team from the State Department. It's a collaborative that all of the instructional team is a part of. This team has worked with the core team for many years, and it's been adaptive over the years, but mainly focusing around math and literacy. And it was a good conversation. And I think it's a conversation that constantly creates us to think about how we get better and what is happening across the state. I'm always looking for districts that's doing better than me so that we can get out there and think about what they're doing and implement some of those things. And so they bring a wealth of knowledge to the table and press us into thinking about root cause analysis and the why behind the work, and maintaining an adaptive mindset that if it isn't working, let's take it off the plate. And if it is working, how do we make it work even better? So good stuff. We're in the process of, if you haven't seen the sports complex, I'll ask Joey to come up and give an update on the sports complex. It is looking so good, and we are so excited about that.
Well, I don't have a whole lot of notes, but as y'all saw the other night, Mr. Hall, you missed the light show work on. I would encourage that we're in a public setting, that anyone can go to our board website, go under the school board, and go down to the links that they can watch these videos. Mr. Scott Malugin is live streaming every day. We've got a video probably in the last 3 weeks now of what's going on. We're hoping to do a time-lapse video one day soon. That'll be later. Stay tuned, I guess, for that one. But we met today, this morning, with Mr. Bryan, and they plan on finishing the turf field before Christmas is their goal. They'll be done with the turf field. So you see all those white bags, those huge white bags down there, that's all the rubber pellets and sand mix that they put on the track. And just for a visual, the turf is about that high. When they put all of that stuff on it, the rubberized material, you only see about that much of the turf. So it's really incredible what they've done. They've got the soccer lines, the lacrosse lines, the football lines, and it's really looking great. The bleachers, I mean, they look brand new. It's hard to believe that we've been living in that kind of filth, I guess, on the bleachers. But when we took some pictures before and after, or side by side, and it's hard to believe. And you can see that part on the video. You can see the bleachers. They painted the backside of the wall on 70. They redid that. They redid the blue and the orange and the stripes and the DC. It looks really good. So good start for sure. The next step, probably in January, they'll start putting the seats, the actual metal bleachers down.
I think we're going to do a final on the tennis courts, final inspection. Right, bring right now.
We appreciate you, Mr. Jeff, and thank you, Joey, for that. That's all I have.
Next, we have comments by DCEA.
Ben and I are playing tag. I couldn't be at the meeting with you, and he couldn't be at the board meeting, so we're dividing and conquering. First, I want to thank everyone who donated to our holiday outreach this month. We raised over $1,000, and we're able to buy all of the toys, clothes, and essentials for 17 unhoused children in our school district, including bicycles and beds. As we close the first semester, we want to celebrate the teachers, administrators, bus drivers, cafeteria staff, assistants, counselors, maintenance workers, and technicians who provide for our kids every day in small ways that often go unnoticed and are not evaluated by any standardized test. For all the times you worked hours beyond your contract so that students could get the extra help that they needed to be successful, we thank you. For all the times you provided supplies out of your own paycheck so some students wouldn't go without, we thank you. For all the rehearsals and the practices you coached after school so students could have experiences for competition or artistic expression, we thank you. For ensuring that all our students' fundamental needs were met, that they were safe and fed and warm, so that they could come to school able to discover their passions and meet their potential. We thank you. To the parents who trust Dickson County Schools with your children, the physical embodiment of your hopes and dreams, we thank you, and we do not take that responsibility lightly. We at the DCEA know that education is more than data, it's people. It's the community that we create together and the value that each one of us brings to the life of a child. So in this season of giving, please remember to also give to yourself. Give yourself the gift of time with your friends and your family. Give yourself the gift of rest and relaxation. But most of all, give yourself the gift of grace. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Next, we have comments by board members.
I'll go first tonight.
Okay.
Mr. Clifton and Ms. Fuller were on the radio today. Did I get your name right? I was terrified. Y'all did a great job. I didn't catch but about the last 35, 40 minutes, but you represent the system well, as do others on other occasions. But I heard them yesterday, one day this week, and it was fresh. We made a big step towards getting some remodeling done, and I think we all know it's a work in progress, but the work is probably yet to begin. And I think a lot of discussions come on what is important and what we can afford to do, and that work will come next month. It'll come quick. I watched the presentations tonight and watched our bus driver, watched when the word hero came out, how it looked like, made me think that our employees don't put themselves in those positions. Any given time, they're all subject to being in a position to be the hero, but it's what this system's made of. Watching the accomplishment of these kids, we saw the good things about public education. We saw the good thing about our employees, and we saw the good thing about our community. And we get focused sometimes, I think, on what's not working in public education or what we hear people say is not working when we know it is. It was very visible tonight from the employee level, from the student level, and it's an eye-opener. A lot of positive things happen every day, and they get shadowed very quick. Very proud of your crew, Ms. Garten. I know the training's there. I had a lot of peace knowing when the event went down that they're trained well, and it's nice to see it work. It's unfortunate things happen. Same with every teacher in our classrooms. They all are well prepared and take care of our kids every day. We appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Any other comments? Thank you for all that you do. Thank y'all for being here and hanging out with us. And have a good break. The board here is going to go to executive session. No,
We don't need
about safety.
about safety. Oh, okay.
Where you can go. No, you're fine. Do we need to tell him to keep it going?
You know what you.
Now, it's